How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich and I'm the owner-driver for CF Racing, and welcome to our 6th post-race video of the 2025 racing season. First off, I want to thank my family for coming out and supporting me and being there with me while I go through these racing weekends. My wife Malou for all of her help at the track and during between races here at the shop. Also for Ty and Tad for coming out. They're both usually just running around playing the whole time, but they're still coming out and having some fun. I also want to thank our sponsors, Gyms by Danny on eBay. Gyms by Danny on eBay is an online sales website. Basically, they sell cheap loose gemstones and cheap loose settings for buyers who want to put a little bit of their personal touch and customized touch to their jewelry pieces. So please check out their website for any of your jewelry needs for their wide range of inventory. Also, TNT Stocks. TNT Stocks is a YouTube page that I created. Basically, it is a day trading website or a day trading YouTube page talking about the ins and outs of stock day trading. So please check out their YouTube page for some cool day trading experiences. Also, Quick Signs for their continued support. Quick Signs is who I get my stickers and decals from. It's actually kind of hard to really get decals and stuff, and they're always answering the call whenever I need something and able to help out. So I'm glad to support their company. Also, the power of the engine for the go-kart with the Duke car, Black Hat Speed. They're the ones that helped me out with the engine. I want to thank them for their help. Big thanks for Justin Collier and his help, and we'll get into that here in a little bit when we talk about the events. And last but not least, I want to thank you all, the fans, for continuing to watch these videos, continuing to follow along on Facebook and YouTube, and hearing our story as we move through our racing season. Alright, so let's go ahead and start talking about the race events. The weekend started off pretty normal. We got loaded up and headed out on, no issues there, and everything was just kind of normal and routine. Maybe a little bit out of routine since we hadn't raced in a little bit, so nothing too alarming. We got to the track and we went out for the first practice, and we made it for about a lap and a half, and then the engine cut off. I brought it over to Justin. He's taking a look at it and diagnosing it and helped me try to figure out why the engine was cutting off. And we realized it's not getting enough fuel. He was working on purging the carburetor, and we were able to get some fuel flowing through the carburetor, got it cranked back up, and everything seemed like it was fine. Put it back in the pits and get ready for the second round of practice. We go out for the second round of practice and didn't even make a lap, and the engine was cutting off. We were able to crank it back up, but it just wouldn't stay running. So Justin brought it back over to Justin, and he was taking a deeper dive into the carburetor. Found a little bit of trash in the carburetor, and that was a telltale sign for what the issue was. We got that trash cleaned out and put the carburetor back together, cranked it right back up, no issues, and then started getting ready for qualifying. So when we went out for qualifying, to be honest with you, once we got on the grid and I got the engine cranked up and in the seat, really wasn't even thinking anything about the issues with the engine. Really didn't even enter my mind until after I came off the track. It was like, oh yeah, there was a problem with the engine earlier, and so that, without it entering my mind, tells me that there was zero issues, continuing issues with the engine. And honestly, at that point, my mind was on checking my blocks for what I usually check in practice. And usually people say you're not going to really learn much in practice for the track because the conditions of the dirt track go-kart racing changes so much throughout the day. But in my opinion, I'm kind of checking blocks. We don't race every weekend, so it's a way for me to get comfortable in the seat, comfortable with the track, comfortable, just get myself in the rhythm again of making laps and logging laps, and then also just checking my peripherals and checking my marks. So I have a few things that I check in practice just to get myself acclimated to being on the track again, and I do believe that helps. I think it showed in practice. So we we qualified 5th out of 6 in qualifying, and it was basically like I had 2 laps to run through all those checks and get a feel for the track conditions. And I mean, I don't think there was a difference between winning the pole and not in qualifying 6th. I mean, we weren't too far off the pace, about 3/10. But it was enough to qualify second from last. But either way, it was it was a real quick checking all those blocks from practice that I didn't get. So I was disappointed with that, but given the circumstances, I was going to take it for what it was worth, and then drive on and go ahead and start getting back into our normal battle rhythm for the races, the upcoming races. So when Hobby Heavy started, basically with that one, we let me back up a second. So some of the changes that I was wanting to play with on the kart, I just said, you know what, I'm going to leave those alone, leave those for next week, and because some of those changes I didn't want to experiment those in racing conditions. I wanted to experiment those in practice, because I mean, it's what practice is for. So I kind of left those alone and went for the first race, Hobby Heavy, with kind of what we have known as a baseline. Played with the air pressure a little bit, so we knew that I kind of knew what I was doing with air, what I was looking for. And so we started the race again, like I said, in 5th place. Really didn't take off very quickly. Basically, the pack pretty much left me and the other guy who was 6th place. And it was really a battle for not finishing last. And it was a little bit of a dogfight. We went back and forth, so that was kind of fun battling. He got by me, and as I was getting a little bit more comfortable in the kart and picking up on the draft, I was able to get back past him. But then I think he was able to pick up the draft on me and then be able to get back past me again. And so I ended up finishing that race 6th out of 6. And I pretty much kind of know the reason why we were so far off at that point, which was the set of tires that I had on it. And it was just a set of tires that we just have to run through. With the limited number of tires that we have, it's what we have to work with. So I elected to run that set of tires in that race, and in the next race I put on my good set of tires. And so we started that race off in 5th place. The first few laps I thought, man, you know, well, there goes the battery dying in our flashlight. Appreciate that, Malou. So sorry, we lost a little bit of our lighting right there. So we started that race off in 5th. And quickly jumped up to 4th place. A little bit of battle with that guy, and was able to get up to 4th place. And those first handful of laps, I was pretty thrilled with how the go-kart was handling. I thought, man, we got something now. Finally, we got something out of the day. We're going to finish strong. And then another guy, he got kind of bumped up out of the track, and we were able to get just as we were passing him. I got underneath him just as we were making that pass. The guy we just passed, he put us 3 wide, so now I'm in the middle. We're going into turn 3, where that part of the track is really tight, and you usually have to check up a little bit more. So when I kind of surprised me really that he was getting a run on us. So I was backing out of it, and then the guy on my outside, he's kind of backing out of it. We all kind of came together and bumped each other, but because of the good heads-up driving between me and the guy on my outside, we were all able to keep going. And then that guy, after a few laps, the guy that I just passed, he was able to get back by me, and I had to settle in for 5th place, and then that's where I ended up finishing that race. But on the bright side, while we did finish 5th out of 6, we stayed in contact with the leaders, the 4 karts in front of us the whole time. Like when we finished, they were about a straightaway. The leader was about a straightaway ahead of us, and I could see what was going on the whole time in front of me. But the go-kart was just starting to get tight, and I kind of was that initial speed that I had at the beginning. Pretty much lost that initial speed, and I really wasn't able to catch back up to him. So at that point, I was just trying a few different things behind the wheel, trying to learn a few things that maybe as a driver I could do better. And then, yeah, so I ended up finishing that race 5th out of 6. We came off the track, and when I checked my tire pressures, I discovered that the right rear tire pressure was a pound low on air. I'm gonna have to claim that one. I'm the one who checks the tire pressure before going out on the track. So basically, I had about a pound of air low on the right rear. So I said the tire pressure is wrong. I'm pretty disappointed in myself because I'm not saying that would have made a difference between finishing 1st and 5th, but it definitely would have made a difference between me being able to battle, or at least some of that initial speed that I had at the beginning, continuing that throughout the race and get a better finish. Who knows, maybe it could have been a win. Never know, but I will say that it definitely did hurt. I'm pretty anal about the tire pressures. I will double check them before going out on the track and really make sure that they're right where I want them to be. In all honesty, that's the first time in my racing career that I set the tire pressures wrong on the go-kart. So overall, yeah, we'll jump into the goals. We didn't really meet our goals: being competitive, be consistent, and finish up front. I would say that we ended the day competitive, but and on a high note, big takeaway we can have is, through all the adversity that we faced throughout the day, to finish how we did does say something. That shows that we have a lot of fight in us, and that we know what we were doing wrong, so we know what we could do better. And while the results don't show it this time, I think they will show it in the future. And then, yeah, the being competitive part, again, like I said, with the tire pressure, I think that's the only time in my racing career that I've ever made a mistake with setting the tire pressure. So we'll try not to make that one again. All right, moving on. Our next race is going to be this coming weekend at the Tri-County Kartway. Looking forward to it. It'll be our first time going out there this year. Maybe our only time going out there this year. I have a lot of fun the last 2 times that I've been out there. I think it's a cool track. I'm looking forward to getting out there, and it'll be the first time I run Ducar there, and it'll be interesting to see how we do with the Ducars. And again, we'll be trying different things there as well. I will say that between the 2 races, let me back up a second. Between the 2 races, between Hobby Heavy and Hobby Heavy Pro, I did end up trying a few of those, or at least one of those things that I did want to try. I don't know if it actually really helped or not, but I did go ahead and try it, and I know it didn't hurt, so maybe I'll try it again in the future. And that was playing with the toe, playing with the front toe settings. I didn't mess with the rear hub. Maybe I'll try it this weekend at Tri-County. Alright, jumping back to where we're supposed to be here on the sheet. Yeah, so next race is Tri-County Kartway. Continuing on, again, I want to thank our sponsors. Just note that if anybody's wanting to get a little bit more exposure for your brand, we'd be glad to help put your logo here on the front of our go-kart, and be glad to help promote your company and your business. And also just remember, you're not just putting a decal on our go-kart, you're considered a member of our team. Gyms by Danny on eBay, TNT Stocks, Quick Signs for their continued support. Also want to thank the help again. Want to thank Justin Collier for his help. He was basically kind of stopping what he was doing and really jumping in to assist me the best that he could. And also there were some other guys at the track that were also, it wasn't just him, there was other guys at the track that were trying to assist in what they can do to help me get the motor going again and continue racing. So thanks to all those guys. And last but not least, I want to thank Malou for all of her help at the track and also filming this video. So yeah, pretty eventful weekend. Started off rough, and I would say that, can't really say that we finished strong, but I would say we did have some positive takeaways from the weekend. So we'll see you guys again in a few days for the next pre-race video. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, comment, rate, share, all of the above. We'll see you in a few days. Until then, take it easy.